Welcome back to Sheen and Sandhu Pigskin Picks. For this edition, we got a recap. Minnesota Vikings, Pittsburgh Steelers in Dublin. You ready to recap this game, Jer?
I'm on a relentless pursuit to get the people that loot. I'm ready.
That works for me, man. Let's do it. Okay, so Pittsburgh had a pretty solid lead there at halftime. And the back door was open for Minnesota. They tried to get in, but Carson Wentz, a couple of turnovers there, and Pittsburgh squeaks out a victory. They go to 3-1. Vikings fall to 2-2. I thought it was a chance for Pittsburgh to maybe just bury them after the first half, but couldn't get it done. And crazy story, backup quarterback Skylar Thompson was robbed in Dublin last night. I don't know if you heard about that.
Heard about that. Yeah. It's highly advertised. Hey, these guys that make millions of dollars are going to be walking around our streets hanging out. They're going to be in town for a game. And, these guys see them on social media and all over news, their faces, and they're like, hey, that's the guy. So it's kind of dangerous that way. We want to grow the game, but not that way.
No, but I mean, it just goes to show you, right, that you got to be careful when you're out in a foreign land. But you just don't expect a pro player to be jumped like that. But again, like you said, I don't even think these guys know who's who. They probably just seen some guy looks like he's wealthy and American. So, hey, just another guy, another Joe Blow. But anyways, Jaylen Warren was a surprise inactive in this game. I was surprised to hear about that. I mean, he's been pretty solid, I think, but Steelers' rushing game statistically is one of the worst this year, and their defense has been one of the worst this year, Jer. So I guess good to see them hold Minnesota to 21.
Yeah, no, the defense really showed up in the first half. They looked like the old Pittsburgh Steelers defense, holding good, gaining teams to field goals. Like when I checked out the stats for the first half, it seemed like the stats were pretty close and the score was not. Mm-hmm. So it was definitely, not what it seemed. And tale of two halves, I think that Pittsburgh defense went too aggressive in the first half. And they got tired. It was obvious that they got tired because by the fourth quarter came, Minnesota came charging, and but good thing decisions were made, and Pittsburgh's 3-1 and looks to be in command of the AFC North. So
for now, yeah. I mean, with Cincy banged up, Cleveland being Cleveland, and Baltimore kind of figuring things out. Yeah, the door's wide open for them to take a little bit of a lead. But, Pittsburgh will be moving on to a bye week. I know Paulie's not too happy about the early bye week, but I think they give the teams the option. When you go over across the pond, you can have it the week after, or you can have it later. I guess Pittsburgh chose to have it now. Minnesota will be staying in the United Kingdom. They're going to be facing the Browns next week, I believe, in London. So we'll have another early game, another early recap to get out there, Jer. So,
yeah, hopefully Minnesota can bring the energy that they had in the fourth quarter there to the Cleveland game and not anything about the first half. Really big, big save on that defense. So we will see. I think it's going to be a close game.
That chunk play to Jordan Addison they had there when Pittsburgh couldn't get it across the line. I mean, I think that was the difference. You're at the 1 yard line and you can't score a touchdown, and then you get backed up and penalties and all that BS. But still, that's just horrible. You got to get in from the 1 yard line. But I guess Pittsburgh's defense showed some mettle there and said, you know what? No, we're gonna hold you out. And I've been hearing this theory that some people, they want the NFL end zone to be 15 yards deep instead of 10. Because 10 yards, it's not much area to score, right? You see teams get shut down. I think CFL is 20 yards deep.
Right? It's the advantage defense when you got the smaller little box, right? And then that kind of makes sense because the closer you are to getting those points, then the defense should have that slight advantage. You have to rise above.
Yeah, they know where you're going. they know the exact area you're going, right? So it's like, I think with the CFL, Canadian Football League, it's 20 yards deep, which is a little excessive, but I think something like 15 might work down the road. I think they're looking into that, but
goalpost in the end zone does not work for me either. I just find it very
no,
Mickey Mouse, and your guys can get hurt. Like running a play.
yeah,
Like what? Can the field goal run a pick for you too? Like, come on. Yeah, no, the field
yeah,
goal's got to be on the outside. That's
yeah.
probably
That
why
part,
they
that
haven't.
part, I don't. Yeah, that part I agree with, but I guess with them, they don't have the kickers and whatnot. But taking a look at the Sunday games that we'll be recapping, we're seeing a little bit of money coming in on Dallas. I guess people think this might be Dallas's Super Bowl, but still big time shorthanded. Green Bay coming in motivated. That's the Sunday night football game, and early set of games isn't exactly the who's who, but still some interesting matchups. Obviously, Eagles, Tampa Bay, and then obviously Kansas City and Baltimore in the afternoon late slate of games. And week 4 is 2 games in, and we're looking forward to recapping the rest of the games here. So any final words as we finish our recap here of the Vikings and Steelers in Dublin?
I just got a very bad feeling that Tampa Bay is going to continue this dominance of our Eagles and somehow squeak out. Wirfs is
It's
back.
crazy.
They got Baker Mayfield's playing. One of their other hurt receivers, good receivers. I forget, but
Godwin.
Godwin. They're manned up here. And who are you going to
Yeah,
double on that
no Mike
offense?
Evans.
Yeah, no Mike Evans. Yeah,
Yeah.
but I just Eagles need to keep rolling. When you get to 4-0, it's a huge. I think it's about 60% since 1990 that you get into the playoffs and then win your division, and then something crazy like 20% of those teams that went at 4-0 like won the Super Bowl or something.
Have
It's
you? Yeah, it makes
so
sense. Have you heard this theory
4-0.
that a lot of people are throwing out, saying that Vita Vea is going to shut down the tush push? I mean, maybe is that one of the reasons that Tampa does so well against Philly, is that Vita Vea is in the middle there to shut down the tush push? I don't know. That's what I've been hearing. I don't know if it's real or not, but I don't know what it is. But Todd Bowles knows how to get into Jalen Hurts' head, so maybe Eagles have a little answer for them. And I know Saquon got bottled up a little bit last game, so maybe he can get loose and
Maybe he
take one
gets
to
a
the
revenge
house.
game.
And
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah. It
yeah,
just seems like the offensive line isn't the same this year. That's
Mhm.
that's a little bit discerning, but we'll see. It's early.
I just read that
Go
the
Birds.
Steelers got 7 sacks. Oh yeah, definitely go Birds. So the Steelers got 7 sacks in this game. Aaron Rodgers went 18 of 22, 200 yards, touchdown, sacked twice. Pretty good bounce back game for Mr. Rodgers. Just that one game against Seattle. If they didn't do that foo bar in the end zone, they might be 4-0. But again, they had a really close game against the Jets, and you got to take them when you get them. But we're going to be back for more action in NFL Week 4. Stay tuned, like and subscribe, all that good stuff. We're going to catch you guys on the flip side.
Peace.